You're over 60 and you've noticed your erections aren't quite what they used to be. Not as firm, not as reliable. Those morning erections that were once a regular occurrence, they've started disappearing. You're feeling your desire and energy slowly draining away. Listen to this very carefully, because what you're about to discover could completely transform your intimate life and your overall health. Everything, absolutely everything, starts with something so simple, so everyday, that you do just before you go to bed. This is the warning you cannot ignore. If you don't pay attention to this before going to bed, your body will start disconnecting from its true sexual potential. And it's not your age that's to blame. It's an accumulation of daily mistakes that often go completely unnoticed. As a doctor with over 25 years of experience in urology, I can tell you with absolute clarity that the quality of your nighttime and morning erections is one of the most accurate indicators of your cardiovascular and neurological health. When these erections disappear, it's because something inside you is failing. But before I talk about the solution, let me explain something fundamental. What actually happens to your body whilst you're sleeping? During deep sleep, especially in the REM phase, your body activates vital regeneration processes. One of the most important is the production and maintenance of spontaneous erections. Even if you're not having sexual relations, your penis activates whilst you sleep. This happens 3 to 5 times every single night, completely naturally. Why does this happen? Because it's how your body maintains healthy erectile tissue, stimulates circulation and oxygenation of the penis, and preserves sensitivity and sexual performance. And what happens when these nighttime erections disappear? The tissue begins to atrophy. Blood flow diminishes. The elasticity of the cavernous body reduces. The risk of permanent erectile dysfunction increases. All of this can happen without you even noticing. Silently, night after night, until one day your body simply doesn't respond anymore. So what can you do before bed to prevent this? Here's the key that nobody reveals. Have your evening meal at least 3 hours before lying down. Eating heavy food just before bed blocks circulation because your body concentrates on digesting rather than regenerating. This decreases the production of nitric oxide, the molecule that enables erection. And if on top of that you consume alcohol or sweets in the evening, the effect becomes even more negative. Avoid screens for at least 60 minutes before sleep. The blue light from your mobile or telly suppresses melatonin, the deep sleep hormone. And without deep sleep, there are no nighttime erections. Furthermore, lack of rest generates stress, and stress destroys desire. Do this breathing exercise before bed, just 2 minutes. Breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose. Hold the air for 4 seconds. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. This activates your parasympathetic system, which relaxes, repairs, and improves circulation. Do it 5 times and you'll notice how your body enters the ideal state for sleeping and regenerating. Drink a glass of warm water or a natural infusion. Your penis needs to be well hydrated to stay firm, to function fully. Nighttime dehydration thickens the blood, slows the flow, and can provoke microlesions in the erectile tissue. A ginger tea, cinnamon, or chamomile is ideal before bed. And above all, make sure you sleep at least 7 hours. Sleeping less than 6 hours each night reduces testosterone by up to 30%. And without testosterone, there's no desire, no potency, no energy. In summary, if you're a man over 60 and you want to preserve your potency, don't wait for a miracle pill. Start with something far more powerful, your routine before bed. Because if you don't give your body the rest, the circulation, and the environment it needs, night after night you'll lose something invaluable, your intimate vitality. Do you identify with this? Leave a 1 if you're already having difficulties with your morning erections. A 0 if you want to prevent, before it's too late. And if you've learnt something new today, write "I'm awake" in the comments. Because talking about this is also part of being a conscious man, of looking after your health. And what comes next? In the next part, I'll discuss 3 morning exercises that reactivate blood flow to the penis in less than 5 minutes, so you wake up each day with more potency, more confidence, and more control. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this message with another man who needs it. Your sexual health isn't a luxury, it's part of your power. 3 morning exercises that reactivate blood flow to the penis in less than 5 minutes. In the first part, we talked about what you should do before bed to not lose your erections. Now, let's talk about what to do upon waking. Because yes, what you do in the first minutes of the day can mark the difference between a day with energy, active circulation, and desire, or a day of fatigue, apathy, and weak or non-existent erections. Listen to this carefully. The penis doesn't have bones, but it needs movement. And not just sexual movement, but bodily and vascular movement. Why? Because erections depend on blood flow, and if your blood is stagnant or circulates with difficulty, there's no potency. That's why, if you're over 60 and want to keep your virility active, these 3 exercises I'm going to teach you now must become part of your routine every morning. They take just 5 minutes, and the results appear within days. Exercise 1. Pelvic activation. Wake up the control center. This is a series of gentle movements that stimulate the pelvic floor, the muscular base that supports your bladder, prostate, and penis. How to do it? Stand firm with your legs slightly apart. Contract the muscles you would use to interrupt the flow of urine. Hold contracted for 3 seconds. Release. Repeat 10 times. This exercise activates the pubococcygeus muscle, known as the PC muscle, fundamental for maintaining the strength of your erections and also for control over ejaculation. Do it every morning upon waking, even before getting out of bed if you prefer. Exercise 2. Nitric oxide breathing. Taking oxygen directly to the penis. Nitric oxide is an essential molecule for achieving an erection. Without its presence, the blood vessels of the penis don't dilate, and blood doesn't flow with strength. How to stimulate it naturally? Through deep, slow, controlled breathing. The instructions are simple, just 2 minutes. Breathe in deeply through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold the air for 4 seconds. Breathe out slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Rest 2 seconds and repeat. Do this 6 times each morning upon waking. This exercise increases blood flow, relaxes the arteries, and improves your mental state. Furthermore, it reduces sexual anxiety and enhances your performance in intimate encounters. Exercise 3. Leg flexion on the spot. This is a pelvic pump that rapidly accelerates circulation. It's simple but powerful. What should you do? Stand up, relax your arms, and flex your knees, as if marching without leaving the spot. Lift each knee as high as you can, alternating one and the other. Do this for 1 minute. This movement improves circulation in the pelvic region, activates the lower abdomen muscles, and helps propel blood to the penis naturally. Do it in the morning after going to the loo, or whilst preparing your coffee. It's important to emphasize, these exercises don't replace medical treatments, but they are an essential step to recover control of your sexual circulation. The sooner you incorporate them, the greater benefits you'll feel. Firmer erections, fewer involuntary nighttime episodes, greater control over ejaculation, and more energy upon waking. In summary, your sexual potency doesn't disappear suddenly. It weakens gradually within your daily routine. And if your routine doesn't include activation, movement, and oxygen, your body starts shutting down without you noticing. These 3 exercises aren't just physical movements. They're a declaration of self-care, a message you send to your body. I'm here and I care. I won't allow you to shut down. Do you dare to try them? Do it tomorrow morning. Write active if you're going to do them. Write already doing if you've already got your routine. And tell me if you want me to explain in video or animation format. Now, the 3 most common mistakes that destroy your erections without you realizing. You might be doing everything right, but you still notice your erections aren't the same. You sleep, eat reasonably well, even do some exercise, but desire and firmness continue diminishing. Then you're making 1, 2, or even all 3 of the mistakes I'm going to reveal now. These are mistakes so habitual that most men don't even consider them a problem. But believe me, these silent habits are destroying your sexual vitality bit by bit. And if you don't correct them in time, recovery will become increasingly difficult. Mistake number 1, using alcohol as a nighttime relaxant. Just 1 glass to sleep better. A wine during dinner doesn't seem harmful. It helps me rest. Yes, alcohol can induce sleep, but what many don't know is that it completely blocks the deep REM phase where nighttime and spontaneous erections occur. Furthermore, it diminishes testosterone, slows blood flow, affects the central nervous system, reduces sensitivity and firmness. And most alarming, it normalizes sexual disconnection. It switches you off without you noticing. What to do? Replace alcohol with natural infusions. Ginger tea with turmeric, warm water with lemon, passion flower infusion, or melissa without hormonal effects. Your body will thank you, and so will your erections. Mistake number 2, spending hours sitting without moving. This is one of the most silent enemies of male sexual life, and also one of the most invisible. After 60, many men spend a large part of the day sitting. In front of the television, at the computer, in the car, at the table after eating, in bed before sleeping. This not only hinders circulation, but compresses the pelvic region and reduces blood flow to the penis. In other words, your own routines are atrophying your sexual potency. What to do? Every 30 to 45 minutes, get up and walk for 3 minutes. Perform gentle squats or stretches. If possible, use an ergonomic chair that doesn't press on the perineum. Movement is circulation, and without circulation, there's no erection. Mistake number 3, believing that sex ends with age. This is the most damaging of all, because it's not physical, it's mental. Many older men think, at my age, it's no longer necessary. I haven't got a partner. That's for young people. And that thought, repeated in silence, extinguishes libido. The body continues generating desire, sexual energy, and blood flow. But if the mind surrenders, the body obeys. You ignore it. What to do? Talk about the subject. Take it seriously. Incorporate small daily actions that keep contact with yourself alive. Conscious self-exploration, massages in the lower zone, light physical activity, emotional or affective connection. Don't extinguish the flame just because there's no fire. Sometimes what's missing is decision. Final reflection of this series. Your erections aren't just about sex. They're cardiovascular health, hormonal balance, vital energy. Maintaining them isn't vanity, it's dignity. After 60, every choice counts. What you do upon waking, before bed, what you eat, what you think, all of this builds or destroys your sexual potency. And today, you know how to change it. Has this information resonated with you? Leave a yes if you're going to eliminate at least one of these mistakes. A yes if you'd already noticed something but didn't know it affected your erections. And comment, I want more, if you want a new series about foods, supplements, or strategies for older men. Thank you for following this series. If you know an older man who needs to hear this, send him this video. Perhaps he won't say it, but he needs to know. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and stay tuned, because in the next video, I'll talk about habits that naturally increase testosterone after 60. And that, believe me, is another level entirely.